The healing plasma that doctors won't tell you about. There is something flowing through your body right now, something powerful, something life-giving, something so miraculous that even science bows in acknowledgement. Yet they won't tell you the whole story. Doctors will tell you about blood, how it sustains you. They will tell you about plasma, that golden liquid that carries healing, renewal, and restoration. They use it in medicine, plasma transfusions, regenerative treatments, but they never truly emphasize what it really represents. See, plasma is more than just a medical component. It is a divine signpost. It is proof that healing was always meant to flow through you. It carries nutrients, fights diseases, and even restores damaged tissues. And yet, for all its power, doctors cannot manufacture it. They can only extract it, because some things can only come from a living source. But here's the deeper truth. What if I told you there is a healing plasma beyond what flows in your veins? A plasma that doesn't just heal the body, but restores the soul. A blood that speaks, that redeems, that transforms. You see, when the body is wounded, plasma rushes to the site of the injury. It knows what to do. It was designed that way. In the same way, there is a greater healing that rushes to the wounded places of your life. There is a restoration beyond what any doctor can prescribe. And here's the best part. This healing isn't something you have to wait for in a hospital. It's already inside you. The question is, will you recognize it? Will you activate it? Doctors may not tell you this. Science may not fully comprehend it. But when you tap into the true healing plasma, you will see renewal in every area of your life. It's already working. It's already moving. And today, you are stepping into a new dimension of wholeness. Blood is not just a liquid. It is the very essence of life. From the moment we are formed in the womb, blood is what sustains us. It carries oxygen, delivers nutrients, fights infections, and keeps every part of our body functioning. Doctors acknowledge this. Scientists study it, but what many fail to highlight is that blood is more than just a biological necessity. It is a divine mystery. Think about it. Every healing process in the body involves blood. When you get a cut, blood rushes to the site to form a clot and prevent further damage. When you're sick, your blood carries antibodies to fight off disease. And within this blood is plasma, a powerful substance that facilitates healing, renewal, and restoration. Plasma is not just a component, it is a carrier of life. It holds the proteins, the antibodies, the clotting factors that repair what is broken. Yet, for all the advancements in medicine, one thing remains unchanged. Blood cannot be artificially created. Scientists can try to replicate parts of it, but they cannot manufacture the whole. Why? Because some things are too sacred to be reproduced by human hands. Some things are meant to remind us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. The power of blood goes beyond just the physical. It tells a story. It carries a message. That message is healing, wholeness, and restoration. And if blood in all its complexity was designed to bring healing to the body, then what does that say about the one who designed it? What does that say about the deeper healing available to us? Doctors can explain the science, but they can't explain the source. They can use blood to heal, but they cannot create it. Because true healing, lasting, supernatural healing flows from something greater. It is already working in you. It has always been there. The question is, do you recognize it? Plasma is often overlooked. Yet it carries some of the most vital elements that keep us alive and thriving. It makes up more than half of our blood, a golden, almost transparent liquid that holds the very substances needed for healing and restoration. Within it are proteins that fight infections, clotting factors that stop excessive bleeding, and electrolytes that keep our body balanced. It is the transporter of life, the carrier of what the body needs to recover. But here's what they don't tell you. Plasma doesn't just move through the body. It responds. It rushes to places of need, delivering healing where there is damage. It knows exactly where to go. If you get injured, plasma is what brings the clotting factors to stop the bleeding. If you are sick, plasma carries the antibodies to fight for you. It doesn't just exist in your body, it actively participates in your healing. Yet even with all its power, plasma cannot be bottled and sold in its fullness. It cannot be made in a lab. Every transfusion, every treatment that uses plasma comes from a living, breathing person, because some things can only be given, not manufactured. Some things require a source greater than human effort. And isn't that a reflection of something deeper? Healing, true healing, isn't something we can always create for ourselves. Sometimes it has to be received, just like plasma can't be replicated. The kind of restoration we truly need can't be self-manufactured. There is a greater source, a higher supply, something beyond what science can explain. Doctors know plasma is powerful. They use it, they study it, but they don't always highlight what it represents. Because plasma isn't just a medical component. It's a sign, a symbol, a natural reflection of a greater healing that is available, one that restores not just the body, but the mind, the heart, and the soul. Doctors know the power of plasma. They use it in treatments for burn victims, those with immune deficiencies, and people suffering from life-threatening conditions. They extract it, separate it, and transfuse it into those in desperate need of healing. They know that within plasma lies the ability to restore, to strengthen, to renew. And yet, they don't always emphasize its deeper significance. They treat it as just another component of blood, just another tool in medical science. But what if there's more to it? If plasma is so essential, if it is literally the carrier of life and healing, why is it not the main topic of discussion? Why do doctors and scientists talk about blood as a whole, but rarely magnify the power of plasma? Because some truths are too profound to be casually spoken about. Some things hold a mystery that goes beyond medical textbooks. Doctors won't tell you that plasma moves with intention, that it doesn't just exist in your body, it knows what to do. It finds the broken places. It rushes to the areas of need. It was designed for healing. And if something as natural as plasma has this level of purpose, doesn't that tell you something about the way you were created? Doesn't that reveal that healing is not just a possibility, but a built-in function? The world is full of treatments, but not everything heals. Doctors can prescribe medications, they can recommend therapies, but the deepest healing, the kind that restores from the inside out, goes beyond what any prescription can offer. Plasma is a key to physical healing, but it is also a reminder of a greater kind of healing that no doctor can manufacture, no scientist can fully explain, and no human effort can replace. They use it, but they won't preach it. Because to preach it would be to admit that healing is not just a human effort, it is something woven into creation itself. And if that's true, then healing is already available to you, waiting to be recognized, waiting to be activated. The question is, will you receive it? There is something about plasma that mirrors a deeper truth, one that has existed long before modern medicine discovered its power. Plasma does in the body what a higher healing force does in the soul. Just as plasma moves with intention, rushing to places that need healing, there is a greater power that moves toward the brokenness in our lives, seeking to restore, renew, and make whole. Plasma carries what the body needs to fight off infections, recover from injuries, and sustain life. It doesn't wait to be called. It moves instinctively. It recognizes wounds, identifies areas of weakness, and delivers exactly what is needed. Isn't that the very nature of divine healing? Healing that sees beyond the surface, that doesn't just patch up the pain, but restores from the inside out? Doctors study plasma, but they don't always acknowledge what it represents. It is a physical symbol of a spiritual truth. Restoration was always meant to flow. Healing was never meant to be something we strive for. It was designed to be something we receive. Just as the body knows how to send plasma to the place of injury, there is a higher intelligence, a greater force that sees our wounds, our struggles, our broken places, and moves toward them with perfect timing. Some people walk around thinking healing is far away, something they have to chase after. But what if healing has already been set in motion? What if, just like plasma flows automatically to an injury, the restoration you've been waiting for is already moving toward you? The design of plasma tells us something powerful. It reminds us that we were never meant to stay wounded. That healing is not an afterthought, but an intentional process written into creation itself. It is a reflection of a greater plan, a greater promise, a greater kind of restoration that no human effort can replicate. Doctors can explain the science, but they can't explain the source. And yet, the evidence is already in you, already flowing, already working to make you whole. The question is, do you recognize it? There is a truth that has existed since the beginning of time. Healing is not just physical. There is a kind of healing that goes beyond medicine, beyond science, beyond human understanding. And just as plasma moves with purpose in the body, there is a greater force of healing that moves in the unseen, restoring not just what is broken in the flesh, but what is wounded in the soul. Doctors acknowledge that plasma heals, that it carries the life-giving properties necessary for recovery. But what they don't talk about is that there is a blood that heals on a deeper level. A blood that doesn't just fight physical illness, but breaks chains, lifts burdens, and brings complete transformation. This blood speaks. It doesn't just heal the body, it heals the heart. It doesn't just restore cells, it restores destinies. Science tells us that when the body is injured, plasma moves in to repair the damage. It finds the wounded places and begins the process of renewal. But what about the wounds that aren't visible? The ones that medicine can't touch, the trauma, the heartbreak, the generational cycles of pain. What heals those? There is a blood that speaks healing over every broken area of your life. It speaks wholeness where there has been lack, peace where there has been chaos, restoration where there has been destruction. This blood doesn't wait for a doctor's prescription. It doesn't require a hospital room. It moves, it flows, and it reaches places that no human effort can touch. Doctors know the power of blood, but they don't always talk about the greater blood that heals beyond the physical. Because this healing isn't something that can be studied in a lab. It isn't something that can be bottled and sold. It is supernatural, it is intentional, and it is already moving toward you. The body understands that blood is life, but today do you understand that there is a greater blood that has already declared healing over you? The blood that speaks doesn't just restore what was lost, it makes all things new. The question is, are you ready to receive it? Healing was never meant to be complicated. Just like plasma flows freely in your body, carrying everything needed for restoration, there is a greater healing that is already available to you. It's just waiting to be activated. The problem is many people are still searching for something that has already been set in motion. They are waiting for a doctor's approval, a scientific explanation, or a perfect moment to believe that healing is possible. But what if the healing you need has been flowing toward you all along? Doctors extract plasma and use it to save lives, but the body already knows what to do with it. It doesn't have to be instructed. It moves where it is needed. The same is true for divine healing. It is not something you have to beg for, chase after, or struggle to attain. It has already been assigned to you. Just as plasma recognizes where there is a wound, the higher healing recognizes where you are broken. It rushes in to restore, to mend, to make whole. The problem is never the availability of healing. It's our ability to recognize it. So many people walk around carrying pain they were never meant to hold on to. They are waiting for a human solution to a supernatural process. But just like plasma flows without hesitation, healing is already in motion. It is not a distant promise. It is a present reality. Doctors won't tell you this, but healing is not something you wait for. It's something you step into. Just as plasma is drawn to the broken places in your body, divine restoration is drawn to the broken places in your life. It's already working. It's already moving. The question is, will you allow it to do what it was meant to do? Some people miss their healing because they are looking in the wrong direction. They think healing is something external when it has been flowing from the inside all along. It is already within you, designed to work, designed to restore, designed to bring you back to wholeness. All that's left is for you to recognize it, receive it, and walk in it. Healing is not coming, it is here. The only question is, are you ready to embrace it? Healing has never been out of reach. It has never been locked behind a doctor's prescription, a medical breakthrough, or a distant hope. Just as plasma moves without permission, flowing instinctively to where it is needed, there is a greater healing that has already been set in motion for you. It has always been there, working, restoring, making whole. The world teaches us to wait for healing, to search for answers in external places. But the truth is, healing has been designed to flow. It is not just a possibility, it is a promise. It is not just for some, it is for you. The question is, will you recognize it? Will you allow it to do what it was always meant to do? Doctors may not emphasize the miracle within your blood, but that does not change the truth. Healing is already working in you. Restoration has already begun. You are not waiting for it. It is waiting for you to step into it. The power that heals the body is a reflection of the power that heals the soul. And today you are stepping into that truth. So I ask you, will you embrace the healing that has been chasing you all along? Because it is not coming, it is here. And it is yours.